Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the navigation within Acumatica. For years I've said that we had to choose between ease of use and power. I think Acumatica has done a great job of providing a powerful ERP tool, at the same time providing powerful navigation to allow you to configure the system to meet your requirements and the requirements of each individual according to their job. Take a look at that. First thing you notice, we're logging in a web browser. You can use this anywhere you have an internet, whether it be at your office, whether you have a mobile device, an iPad. You'll notice that the login brought me to my customer view. We'll talk about that as I chose that for my default login. But as I change the screen, you'll notice that the same customer view is available, so that if I'm using it on my phone, whether I involve putting it on an iPad, I'm able to get the view that I can use on any device. As I said, your home page is the first thing you see when you log in. You can choose that by looking at your profile and selecting your home page view and selecting from a wide variety of things, from reports, maybe directly into entering sales orders or dashboards. From any screen, you'll also have a question mark. That used to be the F1 key, the help key. Simply it's contextual so that it gives you help based on the screen that you're on at that time. It's broken down by activities for this screen and related information so that you can get help just in the area that you're working on. Acumatica is also multi-company. You notice here that we have 3 companies and 4 branches. Across the top, we come to another powerful tool, which is the universal search. Acumatica's search engine is broken into several areas. As I begin to type, you'll see that it brings up the menu items that are using the terms that I've already typed above. As I type in sales order, it brings up my sales order, receivables, but just those items that are containing the words sales and orders. Sales orders could also be found, you'll notice here the sales orders is on my menu on the left, and we'll discuss the menu items in a minute. Other than menu items, it also can bring up transactions, help topics, and files. If you were wanting help topics that were not on the screen you're looking at, therefore the question mark, you could type in help topics here. For instance, if you wanted to look up something on 1099s. I'll just type in 1099 here. It brings up the menu items, but also help topics on 1099s. In addition, it has files, so I can look at the release notes for the file 1099. These files are the items that can be checked out, maintained, and highly secure. Another useful search engine tool is the ability to type in an invoice. If a customer calls up and they want to talk about an invoice, you can type the invoice, go to transaction profiles, and bring up the invoice they're asking you about. I'll back it up a little bit and show that it brings up items as I type them in, so you can look. If you don't have an exact number, you can find it quickly. Now, I mentioned before that we'd talk about the menu items, so the search engine up above helps you get to the menu's items very quickly. If I were to type in sales order again, I could use this to navigate throughout the system at any time. But on the left, I have a menu toolbar. This toolbar can be configured for each user. So as one user needs to get into many areas of the company, they have the ability to take this, move items up and down in the order they prefer. I'm going to go to sales order though directly. And this is an example of the workspaces available within each menu. Sales orders, receivables, purchases, and so on. Within the workspace, you'll notice that I have tiles at the top. These can be set for items that maybe you use every day that you want quickly available to jump to. Below that, it's broken down by category, transactions, processes, printed forms, reports, and so on. As I said, Acumatica makes the navigation easy throughout the system, but it can be complex when I show all, and you'll see there are many more items available. But I don't need these every day, so I'm going to not make them part of my quick view. You select those by just checking the boxes of the things you want in your quick view and hiding the things that you don't use often or maybe not at all. Once you have that, I'll choose Show Less, and these are the items I want available to me on a regular basis. Another way to navigate through the system is through your favorites. You'll notice here I have certain items that I've checked the stars next to. Simply clicking on them will add them to your favorites bar. If you work across multiple areas like this with sales orders, purchases, inventory, you may not want to have to jump between each menu. So you can simply star the items that you're going to want to regularly use, and then choose the Favorites button up above. Here you'll see, in my favorites, I have dashboards. I have multiple dashboards, finance information, journal transactions, sales orders, receivables, even configuration. As the admin user, I need to get into various areas of the company, so I can put them all on my one Favorites button and work from there. For those daily activities I mentioned, like sales orders, you can even add that to your favorites, and the tiles will appear in your Favorites button. No need to navigate through each of the menus unless you're wanting something that you don't regularly use. It is important to note, though, that there's high security at the system. You've seen me use the search, you've seen me look at my favorites, but I'm just going to quickly jump out here, sign out of the system, and I want to log in as one of my sales managers, Stephen Church. When I sign in there, you'll notice the menu at the left is much different. There's much fewer items there. Steve doesn't need to get into everything. Also, it comes to his dashboard, which is for the salesperson, taking a look at his leads, his opportunities, specifically his sales revenue. If he were to go up to the universal search and type 1099, there'd be no items come up there because he's not certified or authorized to use the 1099 information in the system. Again, very secure, but it's also very customized, so the person's working in an area they need to be getting to the information they need quickly and easily. I am going to sign out here, go back in as admin so that we have full user rights and I can show the complete system. I like a dashboard as my opening screen because it brings me to a complete view, in this case a customer view, a 360-degree view of the company. I can see sales opportunities, accounts receivable, support, customer contacts. I can see items purchased, recent activities, sales order trends. This is entirely customizable or configurable, I should say, by you. In this case, it's interactive. I can drill down on any of these items. I can look at specific data behind each of these screens. While I am looking at a full view of the company, if I'm interested, I can go ahead and type in the name of a customer. In this case, I'll choose Alta Ace. And you'll note that the same customer view now only has 3 orders to ship. I have one open support case for them. I can quickly get a view of what's going on with this customer, what they're purchasing, sales trends, and any open or recent activities I have for them. In addition, the dashboards again can be designed by the user. By going into the design tools, I'm able to come down. I could add additional information, a chart, key performance indicators such as these, pivot tables. Simply click on those, add the data that you want, make the dashboard yours. As you can see, navigating can be configured and designed around your work style, the job descriptions, what you need to get to. And I'm going to go back now by clicking in my company icon in the upper left. It always takes me back to my original home page. Quick and easy to get back when you need to. I want to take a look at this again. Orders to ship, open opportunities. There's one more area of navigation that really starts to move into the data part of Acumatica. But I'm going to bring up the open opportunities. From here, you're going to see one more area of configuration and ability to help you get to your data. It's called a generic inquiry. The generic inquiry, as you can tell, looks kind of like a spreadsheet. That's by design. Makes it easy to understand, easy to use, plus this information can be exported to Excel. It can also be added to a pivot table so that you can quickly create pivot tables to sort and move the data around the way that you need to see it. I'm going to spend some time here just to make sure you understand the layouts of this. These are not fixed. We provide hundreds of different data generic inquiries, but you have the ability to make it look and work the way you do. For instance, you can take and drag and drop items around on the screen. More than that, if you want to, you can get rid of certain things. If I decide I don't want the estimated close date on the screen, I can just simply remove it. I'm going to add that one back, and you can move it up to the top wherever you want to. So again, you design the screen how you want to see it. Once you have the screen set up the way you want, you'll also notice that you can add filters to it. For instance, if you wanted to look at only the opportunities and it has a greater than, less than, let's say greater than $50,000. Simply put that in here and it adds the filter you can tell up here. I might also want only those that contain Steve as the salesperson. And that narrows it down to those two. Filters can be ad hoc like this. When you don't want something, you can remove it, simply drag it off, and it takes it out. Or you can save filters. In this case, 1. Opportunities in the last 90 days. These are ones that have been saved for quick use without having to go through and create your filters each time. When you do create a filter, you simply hit save, give it a name, and it will add it to the list as you see up here. Another thing you can do is say open, and you'll notice it says me. That's a little different kind of filter. I'm going to show you what makes that up. The status is new or open, and the salesperson equals @me. When I do that, I click on the shared button. That means other users, the salespeople that have access to this information, will be able to pull this up, click on Open Me, and just get the data for their opportunities. In this case, it all comes up with just Maxwell Baker, which I'm signed in as with the administrative rights. Now I'm going to go back to all records. And you'll notice I'm going to get rid of the opportunity of $50,000. And now that we're looking at all of our records, I also wanted to point out a couple other things about this screen. From one place, you can get to so much. In this case, I notice I have things with files attached, notes attached. I can click on those. Can we discount the laptop? Alta Ace is asking for a special discount. Another thing I'll notice is that I've got it coded to let me know when things are past due. They come up with the red background. Or if there's missing information, such as the salesperson, it highlights that for me so I can quickly take care of those things. Another function is the ability to add side views. I don't need to go back out, open each of these quotes, go out, look up each opportunity. While I'm here, I can take a look at, let's say, Alta Ace right here, and I'm going to click on the customer view. The same customer view dashboard I've added as a side view, so without leaving, I'm able to pull that up, review their support cases, take a look at each customer one at a time if I need to. Or if I want to go back to Alta Ace, I've also got in my side views the opportunity itself. Again, without opening the opportunity, I'm able to bring up this item, take a look at the details of what's being sold. I can even take action on it, such as close it, create quotes, and so on. Right now, I'm going to go back up to this first one, and I bring that up, and I'm going to look at the activities, and it says, please assign this opportunity. This was one that didn't have a salesperson attached, and they're asking me to make this assignment. I can pull this up, suggest that I've completed it, mark it as completed, save it. I can change the Steve Church is the salesperson. I'll save that, close the opportunity, refresh, and Steve Church has been added to the salesperson. So extremely powerful, yet extremely easy to understand and use. Users can get up and running quickly and begin really tailoring this so that their workflow is enhanced and saves them a lot of time. I hope you enjoyed this view of the Acumatica navigation and now understand the use of the home screen, the menus, and the favorites buttons, and how flexible and yet very configurable it can be for you. Thanks for joining us.